This just in. The internet is not your babysitter, but sometimes it acts like one. And when it does a terrible job, people expect accountability. OpenAI has announced new parental controls for ChatGPT following public outcry over the tragic death of 16-year-old Adam Rain. His parents say the AI gradually shifted from being a listener to what they now call a self-harm coach. Message logs confirm that Adam had been discussing mental health struggles with ChatGPT for months before he died. According to The Independent, OpenAI will begin rolling out these new protocols in October 2025. Parents will be able to link their accounts to their teens, limit feature access, and receive alerts if the chatbot detects acute distress. But let's break down what happened, what's changing, and why this matters for small business owners using AI in any capacity. But first, let's look at the prompt behind the tragedy. Adam Rain, a 16-year-old from California, passed away following prolonged mental health struggles. His parents discovered thousands of messages exchanged between him and ChatGPT over the previous months. Some involved direct discussion of ending his life. The family is suing OpenAI for wrongful death. Their lawyer, Jay Alderson, called OpenAI's latest announcement vague and too late. OpenAI admits the logs are accurate, but says they lack full context, which, considering the outcome, feels a little bit like saying, sure, we lit the match, but not all the way. But what exactly are these new controls? The update allows parents to link their OpenAI accounts to their teens, limit which features the teen can access, and get alerts if the system detects emotional distress. OpenAI says it started working on these features before Adam's death, which is another way of saying this wasn't a reaction while clearly reacting. This comes after the release of ChatGPT 5, a version that intentionally toned down its overly friendly tone. Some users had become too emotionally dependent on their bots, but after backlash, OpenAI allowed them to toggle back to the old style just in time to phase it out again in the coming weeks. They try, they optimize, they backtrack. It's the AI way. But this isn't just about teens. If you think this is a parenting issue, you're only seeing half the picture. As a small business owner, especially one using AI tools, this raises two urgent points. First, people form emotional bonds with AI, even when they shouldn't. This isn't just teens. Adults, customers, even employees can start to treat chatbots like trusted friends. The more human the tone, the easier it is to believe that the AI cares. Number two, if your business uses AI, you are part of the trust equation. Whether it's customer service replies, marketing emails, or website bots, you're responsible for what your AI says. If your AI tool gives bad advice or crosses a line, your brand wears it. Good old Meta fumbled this too. OpenAI isn't alone in this mess. Common Sense Media recently tested Meta's AI bots and found that, when prompted, they were willing to advise users on how to harm themselves or manage eating disorders. Meta has admitted that this violates their rules and said it's working to improve protections. But meanwhile, a Florida mother is suing Character AI after her son died following emotional attachment to a bot role-playing as Daenerys Targaryen. The app added parental controls after the lawsuit was filed. But now here's how to keep AI safe in your business. You might not be building a bot that talks to teens, but if you're using AI in your business, you're still in the arena. So here's how to keep your AI use human, helpful, and safe. Number one, be clear about what AI can do and can't do. No legal, medical, or emotional advice, even if it seems harmless. Number two, test it like a troublemaker. Feed your bot offbeat questions and make sure it doesn't go off the rails. AI gets really weird when you're not looking. Number three, limit emotional tone. A bit of personality is fine, but don't make your AI too warm or too personal. That's when users start treating it like a friend. Number four, disclose when people are talking to AI. It should always be obvious. If you blur that line, you're creating confusion. And you know who loves confusion? Scammers. Number 5, audit your copy. Even AI-generated marketing emails can overdo it on the flattery. A vague, overly sweet tone doesn't build trust. It builds emotional fog. When helpful becomes harmful. Let's not pretend this is just about customer service bots. AI is creeping into places it has no business being, including business advice itself. In a recent Harvard Business School study, entrepreneurs were given an AI mentor to help them make business decisions. Struggling businesses saw their profits drop. Why? Because the AI gave advice that sounded smart but missed the real problems entirely. If your business isn't solid, AI might confidently push you straight into a wall. That's not helpful. That's reckless. The story about Adam Rain is heartbreaking. I don't have any kids of my own, but I have nieces and nephews. And if something like this ever happened to one of them, if an AI system encouraged them to harm themselves while pretending to be a helpful friend, I honestly don't know how I would recover from that. It's devastating. And it should never have been possible in the first place. The question I keep coming back to is this. Do the benefits of this technology really outweigh the risks if the cost is the life of a child? Tech companies have spent years chasing excitement, the shiny tools, the breakthroughs, the funding rounds. But they haven't spent nearly enough time confronting the worst case scenario or putting meaningful safeguards in place. And this isn't just OpenAI. Meta's internal AI policy once allowed chatbots to flirt with kids. Not by accident, mind you, by design. The documents laid it out clearly, right down to bot responses describing a child's body as a masterpiece. They called it a mistake, then they quietly removed the policy, but not before the damage was done. So when people tell me AI is just a tool, like a hammer or a spreadsheet, I disagree. Hammers don't pretend to care about your feelings. Spreadsheets don't accidentally groom minors. And neither one gets invited into the deepest, most vulnerable corners of people's lives. But AI does, which means we don't get to brush off its failures as quirks. Not anymore. Clarity still wins, whether you're communicating with your clients, writing your website, or using AI behind the scenes. Clarity is the line between helpful and harmful. Vague, overly sweet content can attract the wrong attention. Cold, robotic messages can push people away. Anything that sounds a bit too smart for its own good might end up doing more harm than good. So if you're going to build with AI, build with clarity, build with guardrails, and build like someone's kid might be on the other side of the screen. While you're at it, download my 5-minute marketing fix to write one sharp, trustworthy sentence that keeps your message clear no matter what tool you're using to deliver it. The link is in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix and download it for free. But what about you? Have you ever felt uneasy with AI? What was your moment of pause? I remember using AI to write a fun children's story for my niece. When it asked if it should continue, I just said, yes, please continue, with no further guidance. The next output was disturbing. Not cartoon weird, like inappropriate in an adult kind of way. That was the moment I realized that this thing could go very off course if I wasn't careful. Okay, now it's your turn. What's the moment that made you pause? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.